Hello everyone. At this moment, I would like to explain about some things for academic listening final project. The first is TOEFL PBT versus IBT. The second questions types in TOEFL IBT. The third is understanding relationships, and the fourth is understanding organizations. The fifth, pragmatic understanding. At this time, we will focus on the TOEFL IBT. So, what's the difference between TOEFL PBT and IBT? The next, yeah, the TOEFL by PBT versus IBT. The TOEFL PBT is paper-based test that we need paper to do the test. So the test is public usage, and the IBT is internet-based test, which we can do anything about the test in the computer, and IBT only provided by institutional. And then there are three basic skills for the TOEFL, like reading, listening, and structured grammar. And IBT test, there are four areas: reading, listening, writing, and speaking. And there is no grammar section in the IBT test. The difference is PBT is more difficult than IBT because of the lengthy area. As you know, IBT only needs 2 hours when PBT only uh, needs 4 hours.
The next, we will discuss about question types in TOEFL IBT. There are three types question in TOEFL IBT. The first is gist content. It is generalizing or synthesize the information which you hear. The second is gist purpose, finding the reason why the speaker do something. And the third is remembering the details which occur the conversation or lectures is called details question. Next, we will discuss about understand relationship. There are some strategies to complete the understand relationship question in TOEFL IBT, such as the first is as how the different ideas in the passage are related. We can find in the passage, but it is not stated directly. So we need to conclude by self to find the ideas in the passage to find the answer in the understand relationship question. And the second strategy is need to draw a conclusion, predict an outcome, make an inference, recognize sequence, and determine the cause of an effect.
In understanding relationships, the possible questions that might be appears are what is most likely, or what is implied, what is it implied, what can be inferred. And as you can see, the strategies that can be used in understanding the relationship is the first is listen carefully and take the notes. Taking notes is the most important in this area, and then try to imagine what's the points that may be related or draw into a conclusions. For the reason for understanding the relationship, that's it. And for the next is understanding organization. Understanding organizations, there are 4 points. First is ask how the ideas maybe are organized, and then may ask directly or need to fill in the chart. Need to understand main points and how they are organized, so there will be more than one detail. Then my word.
Now we will discuss about understand organization. There are two points we will discuss. The first is possible question that we can find in understand organization, and the second we will discuss about the strategies. The first point, possible question can uh, that we can find in understand organization question are: how is the information in the passage organized? Second, click in the correct column or box. Then the second point is strategies, how we complete the understand organization question are: when listening, think of how the points are organized. And the second, we need to take notes. We can use about a point or anything, especially for the details, to make we remembering about the notes, so we can find the answer to complete the understanding organization question. Now we will discuss about pragmatic understanding. Pragmatic understanding, it is more subtle understanding of spoken English. The function of pragmatic understanding is the purpose in saying something or why the speaker says something. Then the speaker's stance for pragmatic understanding is attitude toward a particular subject or speaker's feeling about a particular topic.
In pragmatic understandings, the next is understanding the function of it. And in understanding the functions, it doesn't deal with the meaning of the words what the speakers say, but how the information implied by the speakers beside them. And the speakers mostly uses slangs, idioms, or say things are not directly relevant to the question that that will be asked. And then the possible reason is like apologize, explain, clarify a point, change a topic, indicate change of opinion. To identify the questions, listen again to part of the conversation or the passage the you may miss, or you may be miss something or else. And then why does the speaker say this, and what the speaker meant? Because the speaker always or sometimes uses words that may be confusing for all. So the strategies that can be implied in this uh, pragmatic question pragmatic conversations is listen carefully and think of why the speaker said something.
In pragmatic understanding question, usually we can find the answer option is two infinitives. So, for example, is to make a point about blah blah blah, to give example of blah blah blah, to ask about blah blah blah, to suggest that blah blah blah, and so on. Then, how to identify the question type of pragmatic question? So here we will discuss about how to identify that question. The commonly worded like the following: why does the student say or mention or refer to X? The second question types is: why does the professor say or mention or refer to X? Then the third question type is: listen again to part of the lecture or conversation. It is we can we will hear an excerpt. Then the last is, what does the student or professor means when he or she say this? A specific part of the excerpt is repeated. Then, for pragmatic understanding, there are some strategies to complete these question types. So, we need to listen carefully to intonation and stress, and we need to distinguish between literal and pragmatic meaning language. We need to watch out for rhetorical question, and we need to pay attention on repeated word or reword information. So if we can follow these strategies, I'm sure we can complete to answer of pragmatic question types. I think that's all for us. Uh, Me, Zakiatul Maula Arumsari, and also my partner Weldan Vessa Hasani says really sorry for any mistake. Thank you very much for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.